Alaska has earned the nickname the Last Frontier because of its extreme weather, landscapes, and isolation. Most villages throughout the state are only accessible by plane. One such village is Bethel. Bethel is a hub that provides food and other resources to 55 smaller villages in the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta. These villages are only accessible by car when the river freezes thick enough to create a network of ice highways. The only Seventh-day Adventist church in this huge area is located in Bethel. Despite the challenges of weather and transportation, church members find ways to impact their community.
So homeless come here. Sometimes colloquially we're known around town as the homeless church.
We have potlucks every single Sabbath. They don't have a place to sleep at night. And we are a warm place. We are a place where they can hear a message, and we are a place where they can get a warm meal at least once a week.
Bethel Church has started a Pathfinder group for the youth, as well as Bible classes for adults. Philip and Darlene are a Native Alaskan couple who visited the church after seeing a sign about the Bible classes.
There was this sign that said Angel Seminar. I told myself, Angel Seminar, I'm going to go check that out.
During that seminar, boy, did my heart melt when he told me, as soon as you repent, and when you say you're sorry, you're right there with him, right there with Jesus. And I was like, wow, that's really different.
At that final last day, me and her got baptized.
Because of the growing congregation, the Bethel Church is running out of room, but it's also falling apart.
Here in Bethel we have what's called warm permafrost, and the permafrost is only a few feet thick in some places.
Permafrost is a layer of earth that has been frozen for many years. When the permafrost thaws, it can cause buildings on top of it to collapse. The Bethel Church is in need of repairs because of the uneven ground below.
We've done a few mission work out in some of the villages, but we can't do really what we necessarily want to do when our building's falling down. But we're the only outreach here in the YK Delta. It's a massive, massive area, massive part of Alaska. And to be able to be a base, a hub, we can get support for the local community, but then we can also send more people out into the Delta.
A portion of your 13 Sabbath offering will help construct a larger and more secure building. Your financial gifts and prayers will help the Bethel Seventh-day Adventist Church, the hub of this vastly unreached area, to accomplish important work for God's kingdom. Thank you for giving to projects like this. The city of St. Louis in the United States has a historical connection to the Adventist Church. It has hosted 2 General Conference sessions where the World Church comes together to pray, plan, and prepare mission initiatives for upcoming years. In 2025, the General Conference session will once again be held in St. Louis. Michael Corridon grew up in St. Louis and attended both of the GC sessions held in his home city.
I can remember as a kid going to the General Conference session when it was here in St. Louis, because I grew up in St. Louis, and it made such a big impact to me at that time. It's a great opportunity for the Adventist name to become even more well-known within St. Louis.
Michael is now a pastor in the same church where he grew up, watching his father preach every Sabbath. Because much of his life has been spent here, he's seen the needs throughout the city.
Each one of those communities, there's a different need. And so when it comes to St. Louis, there's not just one approach. Each local church is involved in the community, and we need 90 different approaches to the needs here in St. Louis.
One of those approaches is being led by Pastor Trevor Barnes. His church has decided to dedicate more time to service in their community.
Around my church, I discovered that people are living 15 years less than other parts of St. Louis. If you go east and south, there is no fresh food out there. There are actually, people are eating by going to gas stations. That's just not gonna have fresh produce. We saw that crisis and we said we had to try to figure out what to do about it. So what we did is we began to try to put together health fairs. So we do them quarterly. We call them Serve Sabbaths.
Along with the help of local health organizations, these Serve Sabbaths have provided food and health resources for hundreds of families.
I believe that we're called to relieve the suffering, take care of those who are hurting, those who are naked, clothing those who need clothes, feeding those who need to be fed, just like Jesus did.
As the Adventist Church members in St. Louis continue to show Jesus' love to their community, they look forward to sharing their stories and welcoming the World Church in 2025.
It's easy in the local context to kind of forget that you're part of something larger, that you get involved in the ministries of a local church and you kind of throw yourself into that. And it's almost like coming up for air to realize, wow, there's actually not only thousands, but millions of other people who believe similar things. And to see that all concentrated in one place, it means a lot. It solidifies your own faith. It solidifies the truth that God is at work in the world, not just in our lives, or not just my personal life, which then gives me encouragement to keep going.
Please pray for the city of St. Louis as the 2025 General Conference session approaches. This quarter, your 13th Sabbath offering will help prepare local churches for outreach efforts before and after the GC session. Thank you for your support of Mission.